Open my eyes that I may see glimpses of truth thou hast for me. Place in my hands the wonderful key that shall unclasp and set me free. Silently now I wait for thee, ready, my God, thy will to see. Open my eyes, illumine me, Spirit divine. Open my ears that I may hear voices of truth thou sendest clear. And while the wave notes fall on my ear, everything false will disappear. Silently now I wait for thee, ready, my God, thy will to see. Open my ears, illumine me, Spirit divine. Open my mouth and let me bear gladly the warm truth everywhere. Open my heart and let me prepare love with thy children thus to share. Silently now I wait for thee, ready, my God, thy will to see. Open my heart, illumine me, Spirit divine. Open my eyes that I may see glimpses of truth thou hast for me. Place in my hands the wonderful key that shall unclasp and set me free. Silently now I wait for thee, ready, my God, thy will to see. Open my eyes, illumine me, Spirit divine. Open my eyes, illumine me, Spirit divine.
Our gospel reading for today is Mark chapter 10, verses 46 through 52. They came to Jericho. As he and his disciples and a large crowd were leaving Jericho, Bartimaeus, son of Timaeus, a blind beggar, was sitting by the roadside. When he heard that it was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to shout out and say, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." Many sternly ordered him to be quiet, but he cried out even more loudly, "Son of David, have mercy on me." Jesus stood still and said, "Call him here." And they called the blind man, saying to him, "Take heart, get up, he is calling you." So throwing off his cloak, he sprung up and came to Jesus. Then Jesus said to him, "What do you want me to do for you?" The blind man said to him, "My teacher, let me see again." Jesus said to him, "Go, your faith has made you well." Immediately he regained his sight and followed him on the way. The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Christ. In our passage today, Jesus and his disciples and a group of other followers, they're leaving Jericho and they're headed, and Jesus is again heading toward Jerusalem. This is his final journey to Jerusalem, and all along the way, as he's moving, he's been telling his disciples, what's coming and all of that, and instructing them how to live. And over the last few weeks, my discussions with you has been about our attitude when we work toward Christ, when we work toward the gospel, when we work toward living into the faith, living into that love God, love your neighbor. It's the attitude we have. And there's a couple of things that in the story strike me. As they're moving along, there's this blind man named Bartimaeus, and he's seeking help from who he believes is someone who can heal him, who can bring him back into full life, where he can see the world around him again. And as Bartimaeus approaches Jesus, those that are around Jesus, those that are following him, they start pushing him away and telling him to be quiet, telling him to go away. And every time he tells him to go away, he's more insistent. And then finally he shouts out, "Son of David, help me, Son of David." And Jesus hears this and he says, "Have him come here. Have him come to me." What I want to point into the story is that before Jesus noticed the man, before Jesus heard him, before Jesus turned toward the man and said, "Come, have him come here," all of those around Jesus were pushing that man away, telling him to be quiet, telling him to sit down, shut up, leave him alone. You have no business here. They were not treating him like they were supposed to be. And Jesus has been trying over and over and over and over again to have them be, is to be welcoming to everybody. A child, a blind man, a deaf man, a man who's got some disorder, anybody, any person. And yet the disciples and those around Jesus are pushing this man away. Their attitude is, "Leave him alone. You don't have any place here." Until Jesus notices the man. And then they, oh, get up. Oh, and they're encouraging and they push him toward him as if that was what their intent always had been. It wasn't until Jesus' eye fell upon them that they decided that this is the right thing to do. And again, attitude. How you approach it inside of your own heart. What it means. That's what's important in this story. That's what's being pointed out here. At least in correlation to what I've been talking, that's what comes out of this story, is that you can't just love your neighbor when someone's watching, thinking, "Oh, how will they look at me if I don't help?" It's supposed to be, "Let me help, because it makes me feel better about me." Almost sounds selfish. But in the truth, that's what I believe God's asking us to do. Is to help each other. And in helping each other, we help ourselves. We lift ourselves up. We move everyone up into the kingdom. And I think that's what the important aspect of all of this. We've talked about this over the last 4 weeks. I truly believe that how we approach every problem, what kind of attitude we have, what kind of feelings we have about it, really does matter. It really does count. I encourage you, find inside your own heart those things that are necessary for others. You will be better for it. And not because someone's watching, because you